Well, tough, hard fought win for us. Coach Montgomery and his staff and team did a great job of fighting us tooth and nail the whole game. It was, a couple of times I thought we were going to get it where, we just, getting control of the game and we came down to ball control there at the end. I thought we did an excellent job of 4-minute offense execution, ran the ball great. This is, I believe, the most yards we've had in quite a while, 357 yards against a good defense. And so just proud of the guys. We had a good week and a half of preparation. And, I thought they, fought through some adversity. We weren't great all the time today, but we played well enough to get a win on the road. So we'll take that every time.
Willie, you got out to an early lead, easy touchdown drive to start the game, huge run from Tajay. Did you feel like that just sort of set the tone for the day?
Yeah, I thought Tajay ran the ball really well. I thought Iverson Celestine showed some really nice flashes, and then Shoddy Clayton Johnson, I thought, really ran the ball well. Those guys dominated. And then we also did a good job, I thought, of running some, speed sweeps with Lawrence and Day and kind of keeping them honest, because a lot of times we'll bring that guy by as a bluff. And if you don't ever give it to him, it's, it's worthless to do it. Yeah. I think we had, 3, 4, 5 speed sweeps as well. And those guys did a good job of gaining positive yardage for us.
Their punter had a heck of a day, and you started, your field position was pretty much terrible to start for the whole game. So what does it say that you were able to work out of that enough times to never let it be a factor?
We had a lot of long fields. We would like to have, gotten that one, caught it. Quan was kind of kicking himself afterwards. It was, ended up, I think, going down the 3-yard line, maybe. And we came really close with some big punt returns. I thought we came close to some big kick returns. We had one that we had it blocked up, and he just kind of lost his balance a little bit. But good kickoff coverage. At this point we had a pooch punt. We just needed to catch the ball. We get to him on the 20, we catch it, they could start on the 4. So there's definitely some things to clean up. Big field goal there at the end by Valentine. They get that, they got to score, 2 touchdowns. So it's clutch by him.
They were trying to get within 1 score. They were around midfield. You got, I think Nick Anderson had a sack, and then he and Darius Hodges teamed on a sack the next play and snuffed it out. Just the defense, when it needed to, seemed to be making all the plays it needed to today. Yeah,
I really thought Coach Hampton and the defensive staff had a super game plan and held them to 257 yards of offense. And this is an explosive offense. They got some excellent receivers, good backs. That quarterback, is better than probably what people give him credit for. We were, watched him a bunch this week, and then I thought our guys just executed the game plan. I was sitting in a defensive meeting, I think, on Thursday. He was going through things, and the guys were answering questions, and they were really dialed in on what we needed to do.
The fake punt to Nick, you guys have been working on that this year, just the right situation for that in short yardage where it was.
Well, they spotted the ball, and it looked like it was going to be about 2 feet, and then they called it, and the next thing you know, it's 2 yards. We've worked on it a bunch, and Nick did a good job of staying low. Second effort, ran through some arm tackles, did a good job of knocking them off the ball, and that was a big pickup for us. Ended up getting a field goal out of it, but more importantly, kept them off the field for probably another 3-4 minutes.
Tajay came up a little gimpy after one run in the second half. He only carried one more time, and he didn't have his helmet on at the end. Was that just for precautionary reasons? Was he okay?
Yeah, he's good.
You mentioned Shoddy too, over 100 yards, third straight game. He's really come on for you. Just how valuable is it to have a guy as explosive as that too?
Well, that's a tough position, running back. You need to have, a bunch of guys who are going to run the ball effectively, who can play for you. And Tajay and Shoddy and Iverson, those guys, all three of them are great backs in their own right. And I think Shotty's just getting a little bit better every week. He's understanding what we're doing. And a lot of it's reps. It's hard to replicate what a running back does in practice because we're not tackling very often.
Yeah.
More than last thing I want to do is get these guys hurt in preseason scrimmages. So they need some game repetitions. And he's starting to get more. And you can see the result out there on the field.
I think Pratt's interception was his first since the Southern Miss game. That narrowed a game where you'd been pretty much dominating at that point. What were your thoughts at the time and in the second half?
I was trying to be aggressive. We had 3 timeouts. We had 2 minutes and I think 33 seconds, something like that. When we started that drive, and then they were receiving the second half kickoff as well. If you'd waited just a split second longer, he probably would have come open a little bit more. Plus, Tyreek got a little bit on it. I think he tipped the ball to the defensive back.
Right.
Hey, when you go back there and play quarterback every once in a while, it seems like it happens.
Yeah. And then the response though came up with a stop at the beginning of the second half when they had the ball, and then another drive. I think Tajay had the touchdown down run there. That's again, third quarters have been a really good quarter for you guys all year long, and that happened again today.
One of our goals defensively is always to hold the opponent scoreless in the third quarter, and so Coach Hampton and the defensive coaches they talk about that every week, almost every day. So it's a big one. You come out, everybody always talks about starting fast, but you want to start, the odd quarters, both of them fast.
Yeah. Jarius Monroe started for the first time today. He's been playing really well for you all year. You feel pretty good about your cornerback play?
Yeah, I thought him and Lance played pretty good. It's a couple, snafus we had, in thirds coverage where we need to be over the top. But I'm going to be interested to see the one they call pass interference on Lance on their sideline. I could be wrong. I thought maybe the guy had hit Lance by the basement. But is that what it looked like?
Yeah, it was close. He didn't really. Yeah, he didn't turn around, but he didn't really do much on the. He didn't. But that's your first accepted interference call all year long. That's the 9th game of the year. What is that?
Well, we work on a bunch of that. We do a lot of 7-on-7 against each other, and a lot of 1-on-1, and just trying to get the DBs and the safeties not to panic, when the ball's thrown deep down the field.
All right, Gary, our last question is going to come here.
Just talking about, I know you have a good running game, but you're able to pretty much dominate on the ground today. I thought that was the key to the game. What do you think? Why do you think you were able to dominate as much as you want on the ground?
Well, I thought our offensive linemen did a really nice job of getting bodies on bodies. That's a big part of it. And, we have 3 backs that really hit it up in their heart. And we ran, a nice menu of run plays. We ran some counter, ran some outside zones, inside zone, did a little free speed option play. And then you got to defend Michael too, and when you have to, we're playing 11-on-11 football there. And so that it was very good. It was a really good running game. It'd be interesting to see, I don't know how many, I don't know if we've had over 357 yards rushing since I've been here.